Everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We have Michael Franks down in Brazil. I recently reacted to his song Rainy Night in Tokyo. So now we're in Brazil. I am traveling all over the world from my attic. How cool is that? How powerful is music that it can do that and also transport you to a different time? That's awesome. And this was a request. It didn't have a name in the request, but thank you so much for this request and donation. Let's jump in. Let's go and travel to Brazil. That rhythm.
Down in Brazil, it takes a day to walk a mile. Time just stands still. And when the people you meet look at you, they smile. They still believe in style. They soothe you with their samba. Still, you really know you're down in old Brazil. You can tell you're down in old Brazil. Down in Brazil, they never heard of win or lose. If you can't feel, then all those cafe ole girls in high-heeled shoes will really cure your blues. It seems they all just aim to please. Those women sway like wind in the banana trees. Then you know you're down in old Brazil.
Oh, the way he pronounces Brazil gets me each time. How does he do that? So sensual, and that's the feeling that he, of course, wants to portray and associate with Brazil because they have the samba, they have that rhythm, that dance, that music. Maybe a slower pace of life in certain areas. I mean, I guess if you're now going to big cities, it's going to be different as well. And this was, I believe, this song is from late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you get that contrast with the way of life that you're used to when you travel and the stuff that or are used to, and then you get a whole different vibe. It's a vibrant place. It will cure you of your blues. And the women sway like wind in the banana trees. Hey, now that's a visual right there. Let's go. That rhythm of the music is amazing. You get that jazzy feeling, but also that, rhythm, the swaying rhythm that he was talking about that you associate with like Brazil. You see each year the carnival, that. Oh, it's a cool place. I have a friend that he goes there quite a few times, and he swears by it. Never been.
Then you know you're down in old Brazil.
That bass too. Ooh. Oh.
And when you're happy, it's the same as when you pray. You think you'll get away, then you know you never will. Now when you are down in old Brazil, now when you've been down in old Brazil, down in old Brazil, down in old Brazil, down in old Brazil. When you're down in old Brazil, 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 when you're down in, 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 when you're down, when you're down in, when you're down in, when you're down in, when you're down in, down in old Brazil.
Nice.
Down in old Brazil, when you're down in old Brazil.
Wow.
Charles Bunzig on piano,
Ah, that was amazing. That's so.
Steve Logan on bass, Clinton Gannon on drums, Veronica Nunn vocals,
Oh, she had a great voice.
on guitar Jay Azalina, Chris Hunter on saxophone.
Nice. Oh, who did the flute? I thought we're gonna, because that was great too. I like that when you get to names too, because sometimes when you have a musician and there's a whole band around it, you don't always know the names, and it's great to shout them out because they were great, right? And I was thinking about this during the song and the performance, that it never ceases to amaze me how multiple people make music together. It's one thing to play an instrument by yourself, but then you know make music together, and that synchronicity, the timing, the rhythm. It's yeah, that's always yeah, it's amazing. And I always wonder where it comes from, that natural feeling of rhythm that really, you can teach it, but there's something in us, and some of us have it more than the other, that we have a natural sense of time uh, for that, and an instinct. It's It's interesting to me. Yeah, and Michael Frank's voice it has a smokiness to it, and the delivery here very sensual, soft. Especially there at the end when the female vocalist also came came in some more. Uh, Her voice was actually a little bit lower, or at least in those parts, which was a great contrast to have. Yeah, and the solos that the musicians had were great too. And yeah, the ending of the song, it had a little bit of a bittersweet moment to it, the conclusion, which, piggybacking of what I said before, about the contrast of your way of life at home, and then when you go out traveling and you find a spot where really you feel this sense of carelessness and freedom that you don't really know, how to verbalize it. It's like, okay, this is my thing right here, and that's great. But when you go home into that old environment, that place never really leaves you, and you can't find or that same sense of peace you had when you were down there. So in a way, you come back a changed person, or at least slightly changed, but your environment is still the same, and it just feels off. You know what I mean? And that's what I got. It's the same when you pray. You think you get away, and then you know you never will. Now, when you've been down in old Brazil, so Brazil will always be with you. In this case, could be anywhere for you, but I definitely felt that sentiment there. A little bit of a bittersweet moment at the end. Yeah. Oh well, there's only one solution: get back down to Brazil. Oh, this was amazing. Thank you for the introduction and for spending some time with me. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace. Hey, this video isn't over. I hadn't had enough of this guy's face, or if you've already sat through this message, you can click away. That's why I put it at the end, not at the beginning or in the middle of a video to disrupt it. But here I am, hat in hand. Well, if I had a hat, I would have it in my hand. Uh, Subscriber count. That's a vanity metric. I know. I'm not above vanity, but I do want to ask you if you're feeling generous, and if you made it this far in the video, and if you already watched a few of my videos and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're nearing that 100K mark, and you get that shiny silver play button. And dads aren't cool to their kids. You know that. But maybe, just maybe, I would get 5 minutes of coolness if I could show that silver play button to my daughter. She loves YouTube, of course, like all kids. And if her daddy would have that, it would be daddy cool until she sees this video. Then it's over. But until that day, I would truly, truly appreciate it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.